Good morning, guys. Here we are starting off our week where we had done the rails previously, and today we're back to do the screen, baby. That's right, we're going to be installing the screen around the screen porch, And well, now that the painter's come back, done his touch-ups along all of the rails, no more bugs in here. Later on, let's go! It's time for us to do our thing, baby. As you guys might remember, we had previously installed these ripped 1-inch pieces. Now we gotta install our screen, and then we're gonna go back and install another 1-inch by maybe 3/8 half-inch piece over here on the inside. It's gonna cover up all of our staples at the outside. It's a little bit thicker. We don't need it too thick on the inside, just enough to cover up our staples. We're gonna go ahead and cut our first pieces of screen here. We want to have a little bit of extra screen, that way we're not too tight when we're trying to pull it tight. Towards the ends, we're going to do some 45 inches here on a 41-inch opening. Now we're going to lay down our screen and get it cut down to size. Well, we found a nice flat countertop inside the house just to keep our screen from getting dirty. We're going to go ahead and cut the screen for every single panel since they're all pretty much the same size in the front. When we're cutting it down, we want to make sure that our screen is nice and square. That way we have the same measurement from top to bottom. Dropping off the big guns, we got a whole bunch of staplers and staples because we're going to need a couple thousand of them. We got our ladders with a scaffold set up, a little walkboard. Now we're ready to install some screen. Wait, what? Dude, watch out!
Neta. No, bájate la fregada. Pues como watch out. Pues
Too
no.
heavy, bro.
Ve, búscate otra tabla.
No more tortillas, bro. Anytime that we install some screen, it doesn't matter which one we're installing, we always start from top, then work our way down at the bottom, and last we do our sides. Doesn't matter which side you do, but always start at the top, then go to the bottom, then move to the sides. After we've gone ahead and secured the top and then pulled it a little tight towards the bottom, you got to continue over on our sides. We're going to leave the side that's a little bit longer available. That way we can pull it and tighten it up just a little bit once we're done on our right side right here. But we're going to go ahead and put the staples kind of the opposite way that we're pulling. I don't know how to describe it. I'm trying to get as many as these little lines going that way, stapled down, so our staple is going in this way, standing up, just like so, to hold as many little strings as we can. That way whenever we tug it on it that way, it's not that bad. Alright, so we went ahead and stapled on all 4 sides, but right now the ends are still a little bit long here, some more than others, but the idea is to double it up, plenty of staples in there, double the whole thing up all the way around. And that way, it's going to be just a little bit tighter, a little bit stronger, and a little bit hard. If anybody hits this, pop, 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 for it to actually break. So that's the idea, at least. We're going to go ahead and keep on moving on with our other screen openings. And then we're going to come back and do a little detail work later on. But yeah, you can start to see a little bit, not much actually. You can tell the difference from where it's really, really clear over there and a little bit of a tint on this side. Regardless, the idea is to keep the bugs out. That's exactly what we're doing. Nice and tight, baby. Hoo-hoo! Ain't no lines anywhere from top to bottom. Just how it should be. Alright, what I was trying to explain earlier as far as the staples is that whenever we start at the top, our staples are running left to right. Why? Because that way it holds more strings going down and it holds it nice and tight. Once we secure the top, we secure the bottom. Again, we pull it nice and tight, staples left to right. Why? So they hold on to more strings Once we're done with the top and the bottom, we move to the sides and we install them like that. Top to bottom now, instead of left to right. We install them top to bottom. So again, it holds up as many little strings as it can going left to right. And then we do the opposite side and pull it a little bit tighter. That's what I meant by we install them differently, depending on whether it's top or bottom or sides. From here on, we're pretty much just going to repeat the process on every single panel, and then we'll do our trim around the staples later on. So here's just a quick time lapse of me doing the 3 panels on the opposite side, which are the last 3 panels we have left before installing that trim. One thing I wish I would have done is get a POV so you guys can see what I'm doing up close and personal with my fingers. But here's a little time lapse of me continuing to go ahead and cut the screen on the ends and doubling down on our staples. And that'll do it for today. Here's a little shot of all the staples and the doubling up on the ends that I did. It's a little black so you can't really tell, but all of the panels are looking nice and smooth. Gotta love it. Look at this beautiful porch. Sheesh.